What's up, guys? Metallic Rock here. Wettest around, of course. Got the water. Today we're going to be reviewing Steam reviews of Overwatch 2. Now, as you can see here, I am almost 1,500 hours in Overwatch. I've played since the beginning. I know I have the most hours on Hanzo and Genji. Please forgive me here. I'm gonna try to be not too NPC in this video and repeat a bunch of talking points that people have already made, but you probably already know Overwatch 2 is the most negatively reviewed game on Steam of all time, ever. 134,000 reviews as of right now. 9% of them are positive. That's bad. That's really low. And I'm sure if you've been on Twitter, or X, Twitter, you've seen some of these reviews, like this one. Overwatch creators work harder than game developers. This one got a lot of reactions, a lot of community awards, and was pretty heavily criticized on Twitter for being like an attack on the devs. Come on, man. I mean, this is clearly a joke. It's funny. If I were to review this review, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. This person isn't really shitting on the devs. They're just shitting on the game. And let me clarify my position before we really get into these. I'm not mad at the devs. Most people aren't mad at the devs. Do the devs mess up? Yeah, sure. All the devs mess up. You can't blame everything on corporate. I think what most people are upset with when it comes to Overwatch 2 is, at its core, they feel they lost something. Because they did. They had Overwatch 1, which they stopped content for years, like 2 years, to work on content that we're just not getting. And you can say, oh, what do you mean? They released PvE the other day. Yeah, that's not the same. That's not what it was gonna be. It's disingenuous to pretend that it's the same. They still released something. Credit where it's due, they released something. But they took away Overwatch 1 to make Overwatch 2 a new price model. They created a new price model. That's what we got, which was new. And people are hurt by it. It doesn't mean Overwatch 1 was the perfect game. People hated Overwatch 1 too. The same people that hate Overwatch 2, and the same people that play both. Bring back free loot boxes. That's a very common thing, and for me, that's something that Overwatch 2 has been such a disappointment with. I had like every skin in Overwatch 1, at least on heroes that I cared about. I had like all the Genji skins, all the Ana skins, all the Hanzo skins, pretty much all the Tracer skins, because I would save up my coins. Everything was a duplicate and a normal loot box for me. And I would just save up like 100 loot boxes. And I did that almost all solo play. It's not like I had friend bonuses to level up faster. If you played the game, you got the rewards. It reminds me of Hearthstone, another Blizzard game I play. I play a lot of Blizzard games, you might imagine. Hearthstone, another Blizzard game I play. I don't pay money to play Hearthstone. You can pay a lot of money to play Hearthstone. I just play the game, and I get gold, and I buy packs with it. And it's a great system. And Hearthstone has gotta be one of Blizzard's biggest money makers because it's almost all profit, right? The bundles, when they release the bundles, it's almost all profit. We got a Mega Mind. We got a link to Team Fortress 2. I've never played Team Fortress 2. No free PvE. That was never gonna be a thing in Blizzard's defense. Overwatch 2 was gonna be free, and you were gonna have to pay for the PvE. But the PvE was gonna have like skill trees and replayability, which even the content creators that are super in favor of the PvE and defending it have, for the most part, all admitted that there's not really any replayability there. I can't speak on it. I'm not giving them $15 for it. You can make your own decision there. We've got a little bit of a longer one here. I'm gonna skim through it, I think. Maybe you can pause if you want to read it. 1,000 hours in Overwatch 1 and 2 combined. Killed my interest. Heroes being locked behind a battle pass. This is terrible. I hate this. Other free-to-play games just didn't do this, right? Imagine if in Fortnite, in order to use a gun that was in that season, you had to grind the battle pass. Now, other games do this, but it's pretty, I don't know. I don't like it. This is something I lost, right? I bought Overwatch 1, which guaranteed that you got to play with the new heroes for free. It's like if Minecraft said we're releasing Minecraft 2, and the only thing that was different was that you had to pay for the updates. It's kind of cringe. Kinda sucks. I lost something by Overwatch 2 coming out. Solo tanking has been a miserable experience. I play a lot of tank now. Not so much in the past, but I play a lot of tank, and I agree with this. People thought that 2 tanks was terrible because of the shield meta. They always post that fucking picture. I'll put it up on the screen, hopefully, of all the shields on Li Zhang. And, dude, I've addressed this before in a different video. You could solve this problem just by releasing Overwatch 2, but not removing a tank. They reworked Orisa to not have shields, right? That alone was a big thing. You could just rework some heroes. Maybe there's still a shield meta. Rework the heroes. I don't believe that removing a tank was actually the big solution to the shield meta, and I think that through reworks we could have gotten there by just reworking tank heroes to not be so focused on shields. It feels terrible now to play some tanks. I play a lot of Doomfist. I play only quick play, so if I'm throwing, it's not a big deal. But it kind of sucks to be like a dive tank, like Doomfist or D.Va, and to know, like, I have to play with the team here, or I'm not playing to the team's advantage. You know, with Doomfist, you can kind of get in the back and create space. I think less so with D.Va. She can kind of just get shafted. I see this review over here that's kind of distracting me. It just says money. That's pretty funny. I like that one. That's a W review. And like Roadhog. What are you gonna play Roadhog now? They nerfed him, they nuked him. He was incredibly strong before, one-shotting everybody, but they've slowly been going through and killing all the one-shots. So like, what do you, Roadhog's like a DPS at this point. Cut his health down and move him to the DPS pool. There's weird things they've done with this solo tanking thing, and I actually expect to see them revert it. They're slowly reverting everything. This new hero progression system is reminding me of, like hero cards at the end, and I bet they're slowly gonna start bringing things back that remind you of Overwatch 1. Toxicity is still not being addressed. This is not on Blizzard. This is not on Blizzard. You can't blame Blizzard for this. In fact, I was talking about it the other day. I think the accolade system, the endorsement system, I mean, was one of the most effective systems at reducing toxicity in a game I've ever played ever. I think it's incredible. From when I played before endorsements to now, the amount of toxicity has been cut in half. Half of half. It's incredibly reduced. And I think other games could benefit from this. I was talking about World of Warcraft Mythic Plus, finding like an add-on or something, or making one to make an endorsement system to reduce toxicity in Mythic Plus and help gauge like how team-oriented a person is. The workshop, I've never messed with the workshop. I can't speak on the workshop. Overwatch 1 is better than Overwatch 2. I mean, that's just an opinion. This is a good one. Hate this stupid game. How does it still exist? Anyway, here's a borscht recipe. This is awesome. A little bit of beet borscht. 3 medium beets. That doesn't seem like a lot. It's important you want to remember to stir them for 30 seconds. Stir fry them for 30 seconds, of course. And I thought beet borscht was served cold. Sliced potatoes and carrots. Go play TF2. We've already talked about this. This is Pepe hanging himself. This is really long. If I still haven't been rather blunt with my opinion on the team destroying Overwatch, well, here goes. Their excuses for... But see, once again, I don't think the devs are completely off the hook for Overwatch 2 as a game, right? Obviously, devs have more choices than people on Twitter will give them credit for. At the same time, the things that you're mad about are not dev-related. They're management-related. I talked about this years ago when Jeff Kaplan announced that he was leaving the development of Overwatch 2, and I knew that it was for microtransactions because he had talked about how against microtransactions he was. this is a case of a team inheriting a problem, right, from corporate. And maybe they're doing their best, and maybe they're not, and we don't know how tied their hands are. Blizzard has a model of creating a very unique game that sells really well and people love, and then slowly figuring out how to extract as much value from the user as possible in the most toxic way. Now, this is sneaky. It's a positive review. If you want to enjoy this game, uninstall it. Search for Overwatch. That's cool. I think if we browse this, it'll take us to the community page. A lot of people have criticized these reviews. 0.3 hours on record, 0.5 hours on record. If I downloaded this game, it would say that I have no hours on record, but I personally think that I can make a statement about this game. A few hundred of these hours are in Overwatch 2, which has only been out for less than a year now. Right over a year? When did Overwatch 2 release? Less than a year. People who make the Overwatch are working harder than the people who make Overwatch. Once again, this isn't true, but I think that they're not being genuine here. This is a joke. It's a good joke. Yeah, 22,000 people found this review funny. People know it's a joke, okay? This is just a repeat. People found it less funny, because when you repeat somebody else's joke, it's not funny anymore. This is a list of just games that are worth the same price as the PvE. I saw this one on Twitter. I don't think it'll load. It's a bunch of games that cost the same amount as the PvE. They're a bunch of $15 games. Yeah, here we go. Terraria, Minecraft, that's definitely not true. Portal 2, like Doom, Bloons Tower Defense, Elden Ring, that's not true. Cuphead, that might be true. Sekiro, I don't think Sekiro's gone down that much. You're willing to drop $20 for a single skin. Oh, okay. $40 ultimate point pack. Okay. Maybe these are $40. And yeah, I think that these, for the most part, most of these games are worth more than a Overwatch $40 ultimate pack. I cried at the part where Reaper said bye and locked the new heroes behind a battle pass and scrapped the story mode. Truly the game of all time. Thank you, Activision Blizzard. This is a good one. This points out the Activision Blizzard part. Yeah, I mean, it's publishers here, right? Being mad at the devs for what it costs, right? For saying $15 is too much for this. Is like going to McDonald's and yelling at the cashier that your hamburger is $5 or whatever. Like, they don't set the price. And I've worked in restaurants. I've had people do that to me. I had a customer come up to me at one time and say, "This is ridiculous. $10 for a hamburger?" And I said, "Yeah, but I don't set the price." And they said, "I wasn't saying you set the price." "Oh, why are you telling me then?" I don't care. Buy it or don't. And, you know, that's what a lot of people say. Buy it or don't. Let's see some positive reviews. Now, I have a feeling this isn't going to work out well. I love that part where Zenyatta said experience nothingness, and then nothing happened with the PvE content that had been in the works for years. Oh, man. Got a lot of tips on how to stall the game. What is this? This game did not make me horny. I am not gay. I have too much sex with real women to spend more than 15 minutes on this. All right, we have a certified sex haver. Winton. I'd rather buy WinRAR is a pretty tough burn. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm resonating with this one. Things I gave Overwatch. Time, money, commitment. I didn't give them money. I've literally never bought a loot box with actual money. I think one time somebody gave me a Blizzard card for, like, Christmas, and I maybe bought some... No, I think I bought Hearthstone packs with them. Yeah, I gave a lot of time to Overwatch, and it hurts a little bit. They've made me view the game differently, you know? I haven't bought, like, the last 2 or 3 I bought, like, the first 2 battle passes. I had some extra money lying around. I haven't bought the last few battle passes, and I actually noticed I actually noticed that they've done some stinky with the battle pass. In my opinion, some stinky. You'll see Mythic, right, at 80. I pressed the wrong button there. But isn't there also Mythic at 41? If I missed another one. Mythic at 61, right? Maybe this is better. I don't know. I think, if I think about it conceptually, you can say, oh, you get the Mythic skin earlier. But actually, they're just fluffing the battle pass, right? Because that's 2 other things they would have had to give you before. And maybe it just would have been like a crappy voice line. I mean, no disrespect to the voice actors, but come on. Maybe it just would have been some coins and a souvenirs, man. What a waste. But yeah, they're fluffing the battle pass so that there is no bounds to the greed that Blizzard will go. It sucks. It sucks, and people hate that people hate on Overwatch, okay? And people love to hate on Overwatch, and I don't think those are mutually exclusive. I think that the Overwatch community is just really hurt, and when we all want the same thing. We want this game not to suck. We want this game not to extract as much value out of us as possible. People like to point out it's important not to shit on the devs, which like ends up being an attack on the people that are criticizing the game because they're not forming good criticism. It's important to form good criticism. But I think for a lot of us, we're just screaming into the void because the criticism isn't going to reach the people it needs to. I don't think the higher-ups care about the outrage, right? People buy the battle pass, people buy the PvE stuff in its state that it is. And that's the way it works. That's the way it's gonna be, you know? It happened to World of Warcraft slowly, and the community just got used to it. They're fine with it. That's the way it is. And they pay $15 a month to play this game, World of Warcraft. So, you know, I don't see good times coming. I think Blizzard's got a winner in the gameplay. I still think the gameplay is great. There's no game like Overwatch 2. In my opinion. It's one of a kind. And it feels bad that it is the way it is. So, all in all, I give the Steam reviews on Overwatch a thumbs up. I'll say 4 out of 5. They're pretty funny. The criticism could be better, but there's a lot of good criticism in here. I mean, they're mostly just memeing, because we're just a meme community at heart. We're just memeing. We're just a bunch of horny memers, I guess. Don't give up. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna say it'll get better, but maybe it won't get worse. Peace out, guys. Stay wet.